Question 6. Find the value of x to the nearest tenth of a centimeter. So let's find x. I have a right angle triangle. 33 degrees. Opposite to that is x. My hypotenuse is 24 centimeters. So how do I find x? I'd say sine of 33 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse, which is 24. So x equals 24 times sine of 33 degrees. X equals, solve it and plug it in. 24 times sine of 33. The answer is 13.07. That was for 6a. Now let's move on to 6b. My 6 and b's look exactly the same. Now I have a triangle. That's a 90-degree angle. My hypotenuse is equal to 32. My opposite of 65 degrees is x. So, remember sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of 65 degrees equals opposite, which is x over hypotenuse, which is 32. Well, x is now equal to 32 times sine of 65 degrees. 32 times sine of 65. 32 times sine of 65. And the answer is 29. X equals 29 centimeters. So here it will be 29 centimeters. Let's find C. That's my hypotenuse here. This is opposite of 61. Opposite of 61 is x. Sine of 61 equals opposite x over 55. Once again, x equals 55 times sine of 61 degrees. 55 times sine of 61. 55 times sine of 61. Was that the question? Yes, it was. And that equals to 48. So the opposite side is 48 centimeters. Simple as that. Let's look at D. D, there's my triangle. It's right angled. My hypotenuse is x. Now, which one is opposite? Here or here? The answer is, oh, for God's sakes, I hate when that happens. The opposite, is it here? No. Is it here or here? Well, it depends on, it's in reference to an angle. So over here is my angle of 50 degrees. So then this is my opposite. And this is adjacent, right? It's relative to where my angle is. So how do we find x? And x happens to be the hypotenuse. So sine of 50 degrees equals opposite. What's opposite here? It's 12. 12 over x. So x is equal to, or x times sine of 50 degrees equals 12, or x equals 12 divided by sine of 50 degrees. Divide both sides by sine of 50. So x becomes 12 divided by sine of 50. 12 divided by sine of 50, close brackets, equals 15.7. 15.7 centimeters. Okay, that's it for question D. Now let's see how to get rid of this thing. Question E, 6E. 6E. Mark it right there. Here's my triangle. It's right angled. One side is equal to 15. The other side is equal to x. This angle is defined, 55 degrees. Now we have the opposite side right here. It's 15, right? Opposite of my angle. And the hypotenuse is x. We want our hypotenuse. Sine of 55 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. Multiply both sides by x. There we go. Divide both by sine of 55. Sine of 55 degrees, which is just a number, really. And we end up x is equal to 15 divided by sine, whoops, never happens with paper, sine of 55 degrees. 15 divided by sine of 55. 15 divided by sine of 55. 18.3. So x is equal to 18.3 centimeters. Finally, we have F. And this is the last part of question 6 till we get into word problems. I have a 90-degree angle. I have 18 on this side, 18 centimeters. The hypotenuse is x, oops, because it's opposite the 90-degree angle. But opposite of, what else do we have? Opposite of 18, do we have that angle? Yes, we do. It's 41 degrees right here. So sine, I don't know why that keeps happening. Sine of 41 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. So sine, we can divide both by sine of 41. Oh my God. Sine of 41. 1 over sine of 41. And we can multiply both sides by x as well. What do we end up getting? Right, we cross these out. X is now equal to 18 over sine. I'll have to restart this right after this video. Sine of 41. 18 divided by sine of 41 degrees equals 27.4. So x equals 27.4. Wow. And that's my